Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what it really means to be a manager. We're going way beyond the job title to uncover the core operating system that truly drives success.
I mean, from the outside, a manager's day can just look like a total whirlwind of activity, right? We've all seen it. But is it just pure chaos? Or is there, a hidden structure, some kind of secret blueprint that actually makes it all work?
Yeah, this is the image that comes to mind for so many of us, isn't it? Just endless firefighting. But what if I told you that behind the most successful managers, it's not chaos at all, that there's actually a clear, repeatable blueprint they're all using, a framework that brings some serious order to the storm.
Okay, so let's get right into that secret blueprint. We're talking about something called the POLC framework, and it is a seriously powerful system for turning those vague, fuzzy goals into real, tangible results.
So it's POLC, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. And you can really think of it as the manager's fundamental operating system. Now, this is not some static checklist you just tick off. No, it's a dynamic, continuous cycle, and I promise you'll see it in action everywhere once you know what to look for. Whether it's a head nurse organizing a hospital ward for just peak efficiency, or maybe a product manager launching a brand new app, the core principles, they're always the same.
Okay, to make this super easy to remember, let's use a simple analogy for the whole thing. It maps perfectly to this framework. I want you to imagine we're planning a road trip, you and me. And POLC, that's going to be our guide for the entire journey.
All right, every single road trip has to start somewhere, doesn't it? And that brings us to the very first function, planning. This is all about charting the course. Because, let's be honest, you wouldn't just hop in the car and start driving aimlessly, would you? Well, I hope not.
So on our road trip, planning is basically the map. It's that simple. This is where you decide your ultimate destination. That's your big mission. Then you figure out the best route to get there with all the key stops along the way. Those are your goals. And of course, you have to anticipate potential traffic jams or detours, and that is your strategy. See how it works? This is what transforms a vague idea like, let's go west, into an actual achievable mission.
And hey, take a look at this. This is what it looks like in the real world. A simple little worksheet like this one, it forces a manager to go from those fuzzy, abstract ideas to a concrete strategy. By asking these simple questions, what's our mission, what are our goals, and what's our strategy, you're not just hoping you'll get to your destination. No, you are literally building the map step by step.
Okay, so your map is ready to go. You know where you're headed. But a map is pretty useless if you don't have a way to actually get there, right? You need a vehicle. And that brings us to the second and absolutely crucial function, organizing handles.
And I really want you to get this point. A perfect plan, I'm talking a beautiful, detailed map, is completely worthless if your car has no wheels. It's useless. Organizing is where you build that vehicle. It's where you create the structure for action, making sure you have everything and everyone you need to actually make the trip.
So think about it. If planning is the map, then organizing is literally building the car. It's about putting in the right engine, assigning the right person to drive, making sure you've got a budget for gas and snacks, And it's about making sure all the different parts, which are your team members, are all working together smoothly to actually get you down the road.
Okay, so the map is drawn. The vehicle is built, and it's all gassed up, ready to go. But that car isn't going to drive itself, is it? You need a skilled driver behind the wheel to actually navigate the journey. And that is all about leading.
Leading? Well, that's the human element. It's about so much more than just steering the wheel. A great leader is also the DJ of the road trip, keeping morale high with the perfect playlist. They're the navigator who, when you hit an unexpected detour, calmly finds a new route and keeps everyone excited about the adventure. It's that human touch that makes all the difference.
And this brings up a really, really critical distinction, the difference between being efficient and being effective. There's this famous quote that just nails it perfectly. It goes, "A manager helps you climb the ladder of success efficiently, but a leader makes sure that ladder is leaning against the right wall." Wow, I mean, that's it, right? It's the difference between just managing a process and truly inspiring a movement. Yeah, and this chart here, it breaks that difference down beautifully. You see, a manager tends to focus on the how, doing things right. But a leader, they focus on the why, doing the right things. One administers systems, the other innovates and inspires. A manager has a title, a leader earns trust and influence. But here's the real key, the big takeaway. You absolutely need both of these to succeed. It's not one or the other.
So, you're on your way. The team is inspired, the car is running great, the map is in your hand, everything's going perfectly. But how do you know if you're still on the right path? How do you know you didn't miss a turn a few miles back? Well, this is where the final function comes in, controlling.
Okay, so back to our road trip analogy. Controlling is basically your GPS. It's that simple. And I want to be really clear here, this is not about micromanaging every single little turn. It's about having a system in place that just gives you a helpful little alert. You know, a recalculating route message when you've drifted off course. That's it. It just lets you make smart, timely adjustments to get right back on track.
In the process for this, it's actually a really simple but super powerful four-step loop. First, you set the performance standard. Think of that as putting your destination into the GPS. Step 2, you measure your actual results. Where are you right now? Step 3, you compare the two. Are you where you're supposed to be? Is there a gap? And then finally, step 4, you take corrective action to close that gap and get back on the right road. See? It's that simple.
And this right here is probably the most important part of this entire framework. So listen up. POLC is not a straight line. It's not a one-and-done thing. It's a circle. It's a continuous loop. All the data you get from controlling, what worked, what didn't work, it feeds directly back into the next round of planning. And that is what creates this incredible, powerful cycle of continuous improvement.
So as you think about all this, the real takeaway isn't just remembering the letters POLC. It's understanding the tension this framework reveals. The tension between building the process and inspiring the movement. You have to do both. See, the truly great ones, they learn to master the framework of a manager while at the same time cultivating the spirit of a leader. So the real question I want to leave you with is, how will you balance both?